Hello, welcome back to Water Peace Project, monthly water ceremony and collective consciousness experiment. And we're so grateful that you're tuning in at this powerful time of alignment and synchronicity on 11/11. And I'm Lindsay at Water Peace Project. And Water Peace Project is a resonant team of water researchers and water scientists. And our mission is to inspire and educate the importance of water for peace. And our focus is supporting and advancing water and consciousness-based science. So together with your support and participation, we're conducting this global water ceremony of love and gratitude. And at the same time, we are scientifically exploring the power of group consciousness and its effects on water. So when we learn about water, we learn about ourselves because we are water. So today I'm joined with my special guest and my dear friend, Summer Deaver. Hi, Summer. Welcome. Thank you for joining us today.
Hi, Lindsay. It's really exciting to be here for this water ceremony on such a special day.
Thank you. And of course, we both thank you and our whole team, everyone for joining and tuning in. And if you want to just make a comment below about where you're coming, joining us from around the world, we'd love to hear that. So welcome. And Water Peace Project, it was founded in the loving memory of Dr. Masaru Emoto, and he's most famous for his water memory theory. And it was Dr. Emoto who had requested that the 11th be dedicated for a day of prayers for world peace. And we've been holding this water ceremony for almost 10 years now. And now we're collaborating with scientists to measure the effects our prayers have on the water. So we are in partnership with Aquapsy, SVP Water Research, and Cybertronica. And for these experiments, we have all of you joining from around the world at the same exact time. And so collectively, we're synchronizing our intentions and we're focusing our attention at the same water sample at the same exact time. So You could say we're using our collective consciousness as an active force of energy. And when we synchronize and come together in resonance, this creates a coherent, unified field. And so basically, we're going to measure any subtle changes taking place during this prayer. And actually, the experiment began when we started, and it will last for 30 minutes. So let's bring our attention to the water sample that you see on the screen. And this is actually a live feed of the sample in the lab in Germany, where it's constantly being measured 24 hours a day for the subtle changes with a special water sensor. And so let's begin by synchronizing, and we'll take 3 deep breaths, and I'll sound the crystal bowl, and everyone, let's collectively bring our focus to the water sample and connect your sincere feelings of love and gratitude and direct them at the water sample at the same time. So let's begin. And so today is November 11th, 11/11, which holds its own energetic power in itself. And we want to harness that power today during the ceremony, and for much needed clearing and healing that all the chaos and the suffering and sickness and just everything that our people and our planet are experiencing. So we're going to dedicate the ceremony for reconciliation and healing so we can transition from where we've been for the past year or so into a more peaceful and harmonious place. And that's why I invited our guest here, Summer Deaver. And it's no coincidence that Summer is here on 11/11 because Summer is a true community organizer, and she has over 2 decades of experience leading diverse groups of people in transformation through awareness practices and focusing on like bringing yoga and mindfulness to marginalized communities, to incarcerated youth, and also to our public education system. And Summer leads with compassion for the human condition, for environmental regeneration, and especially for social justice. And she is building trauma-informed, inclusive communities, which is what we need now more than ever. So I'd like to open up the circle to Summer and let her share a little about herself and her work. Thank you, Summer.
I just want to thank you so much for inviting me to this, because I think that the science that Water Peace Project is investing in to prove ideas like our collective consciousness and like the synchronicity of 11/11, you know, for yogis and meditators for a long time, it's like it's easy for us to get on board with that kind of language and those ideas because we've had direct experience with it. But being able to come into a space where we can really unify that collective field of consciousness that you're talking about sometimes does require that we have these scientific facts and data and research so that people that are coming from a different mindset also have the opportunity to see the facts. So I feel really honored to be here. And I also wanted to just share that today is such a significant day too, because it's your wedding anniversary, and you chose that particular day because of this synchronicity, you know, 11/11, it's 11 a.m. And when we talk about those spaces of synchronicity and collective consciousness, we really are moving. And like you mentioned, this past year has been full of traumatic experiences on a global level. And when we recognize we're making this shift from an I and a me, an individual kind of consciousness, into this collective field. So us coming together and really putting all of our attention on this one particular water sample in Germany reflects all of the water on the planet. You know, the water that's in our bodies, the water that's in the atmosphere, the water that's in our oceans and lakes and rivers, and the pipes in our house. So I'll share a little bit more of that when we do our meditation practice, but I'll pass it back to you. And again, just thanks for having me here as a guest.
Of course. And, you know, it's amazing how powerful our belief is. And so I really feel like that's been a driving force for me in wanting the science aspects of it. And like you said, when we have the facts, how much stronger our belief comes, it becomes, it's almost empowering our own consciousness, our own self-healing, and so forth. And so, again, we're using our consciousness together here as an active force of energy, right? So let's once again bring our awareness back to the water sample. We'll connect to our sincere feelings of love and gratitude, and sound the crystal bowl 3 times. We'll take 3 deep breaths. Thank you. And so with these experiments, we are exploring the power of consciousness through water for the purpose of peace. And it was Dr. Emoto's life mission, teaching the power of resonance and coherency through our pure intentions and collective prayers of love and gratitude. And this, you know, has a purifying effect. So similar to like devices that purify water using high vibrations or frequencies. We know that actually all matter vibrates, and quantum waves, basically like physical matter, and such as like our body or a tree or even a chair, these waves are standing waves, and they describe like physical structure of our body, so forth, like, and these waves remain fixed. But, you know, and they're spherical in shape and they surround matter. However, what I think is fascinating is consciousness waves, which exist in the same quantum space, are spiraling. And so when we think about the micro and the macro, the universe is basically this enormous rotation from an atomic level all the way up to global scales of galaxies, say, and the overall structuring of all matter in our universe. And so when you think about conscious waves also sharing this attribute of spinning and rotating, this is how our minds can interact with this. And basically our humans, we can freely change our frequency, which many things cannot, because our consciousness and our subconsciousness and our emotions, our frequency is constantly changing. And so through the power of consciousness, we can connect our minds. When we resonate, and resonance basically indicates a combination of harmonious frequencies, whereas non-resonance is vibrations that basically do not get along. And so the path through harmonious, peaceful state is through coherence. And basically, that's how we can connect through our consciousness. And so when we transmit these vibrations, it's water that actually carries this. And, you know, the space between you and I is not nothing. It's actually water vapor. And so water is actually a natural transducer. It has the natural ability to record, store, and transmit wave information, similar to a quartz crystal, like we have that in a watch or a computer. And so we know that humans are basically all water. We're 99% water molecules. And so we have this natural ability. And that's why it's so important for us to really like have the information so we can understand the truth in things and gain back our power. And that's why we come together for these ceremonies to pay our respect to water. And we're doing that. We're paying respect to ourselves, to each other, and to the whole world. And so peace basically begins within and it ripples out from there. And so, with this in mind, let's begin the water ceremony. And I'll start by sounding the crystal bowl again, and Summer will guide us in a meditation. And then I will share the grand invocation in Japanese. And so that the meaning of that is, well, I'll explain that. And then Summer will sing actually the Ho'oponopono prayer, and then we'll chant it together after. So let's just sit comfortably. We could place our palms together if you like, basically connecting your two sides, making a complete energetic circuit. And during the meditation and prayers, let's just continue to direct our sincere feelings of love and gratitude to the water sample and also the water within ourselves. So let's begin.
Take a few deep breaths to ground and connect with your physical body. As you do so, invite in your attention and awareness into this present moment. Move or shift in any way that you need to, so you can be comfortable and at ease. And then begin to direct your attention to the water in your physical body. And every single cell in the body contains water. Imagine the crystalline shape of water as you bring your attention and send health, vitality, well-being, happiness, and gratitude to every single cell in your body, so that each cell and the water molecules within the cell resonate in harmony with the vibration of love and gratitude. And then bring to mind an experience that you've had with water in nature. Perhaps a walk where you got caught in the rain and you allowed yourself to relax and enjoy, or a swim in a warm body of water, or a refreshing, cool plunge, or sitting beside a waterfall, or gazing out on a lake, observing a drop of dew on a blade of grass. And then once you've found that memory, bring it to mind and allow it to fill the body. Have a sense of awe around how potent and magical water is, how beautiful, how necessary, how life-giving water is. And allow the body to fill with emotion. Feel it. And as you stay with that feeling, let the image release. And imagine a spiral leaving your heart center with this feeling of gratitude and spiraling out from where you're currently sitting and extending gratitude and appreciation to all the parts of water that exist, from wherever you are in the world to our water sample in Germany. All other human beings and animals and plants, all that exists contains water. And visualize that spiraling out of consciousness from your heart center, all the way to our water sample, where collectively we concentrate our attention and our focus, our love and gratitude to this one water sample that reflects like a fractal, like a holographic image of all the water that exists on our planet. Feel the connection of all the other humans at this moment in time that are also placing their attention. Feel the resonance of their heart centers. And seeing the crystals and the structure of our water sample in Germany changing into sacred geometry. Vibrating with electricity, with resonance, harmonics. And then begin to gather your attention in this present moment, releasing all of the visualizations. Take a deeper breath into your body, expanding the ribs with your breath, releasing and letting go of the hands shifting or moving in any way as you come back and slowly begin to open your eyes if they were closed.
Now I will share the the grand invocation. And this is a Japanese kotodama, which is created for peace on earth. And since we're going to be chanting it together in Japanese, I want to share the meaning, which is the eternal power of the universe has gathered itself to create a world of true and grand harmony. And this special mantra was created by Dr. Emoto's master, and they had hoped and spread it all over the world that 10% of the people would chant that. And I haven't really shared more on that, but when you have 10%, it kind of can shift everything into the whole. It's like a tipping point, kind of like how microorganisms work. So anyway, let's together chant it together, and in our hearts, even though we're saying Japanese, we will imagine everyone is one with the water and how the water is uniting us. And you can follow along by repeating after me. Uchu no mugen no
Uchu no mugen no
shikara ga korikote
shikara ga korikote
makoto no daiwa no
makoto no daiwa no
mio ga narinata
yoga narinata
Uchu no Mugen no.
Uchu no Mugen no.
Shikara ga Korikote.
Karaka Ikorigote.
Makoto no Daiwa no.
Makoto no Taiwan no.
Mio ga Narinata.
Miyoga Marinata.
Uchu no Mugen no.
Uchu no Mugen no.
Shikara ga Korikote.
Shikara ga Ikorigote.
Makoto no Daiwa no.
Makoto no Taiwan no.
Mio ga Narinata.
Miyoga Marinata. Next, we'll engage in the Ho'oponopono prayer, and I learned this when I was in Hawaii. It's a prayer for reconciliation, so that we're bringing back our wholeness as a group of living organisms when we sing this, and we're asking for forgiveness from the water for the ways in which we've all contributed to harm. And that reconciliation, it just allows for us to have this deeper connection and relationship with water. And when we feel this affinity and love for nature, for water, we want to help protect it and save it, and remind the water that we love it. And it's like when we put our attention on something, we make it sacred. So this prayer for me reminds me that water is that sacred being. So I'll sing it first, and then we'll do a call and response chant after, okay? Ho'oponopono, 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 Ho'oponopono. I am so sorry. I love you, please forgive me. I thank you, I am so sorry. I love you, please forgive me. So the call and response, we'll start by saying, water, I am sorry.
Water, I am sorry.
Water, please forgive me.
Water, please forgive me.
Water, I thank you.
Water, I thank you.
Water, I love you.
Water, I love you.
Water, I am sorry.
Water, I am sorry.
Water, please forgive me.
Water, please forgive me.
Water, I thank you.
Water, I thank you.
Water, I love you.
Water, I love you.
Water, I'm sorry.
Water, I am sorry.
Water, please forgive me.
Water, please forgive me.
Water, I thank you.
Water, I thank you.
Water, I love you.
Water, I love you.
This completes our water ceremony. Thank you all for your attention and your focus, for this experiment as well, for joining in the collective consciousness. And like Lindsay said, every time we come together and we do something like this, not just on our own, but in community, we're contributing to that tipping point, that 10% that's starting to move our world forward. And what we need more than now are these ideas of hope, these places where we do come together and we're encouraged and see the unity that is groups of people really desiring the water of the planet to heal and to take us with it in its transformation. So I just want to invite you to continue holding that blessing of love and gratitude in your heart, and making this a daily practice, just when you're taking a shower, when you're drinking a glass of water, to say thank you, I love you, and really blessing water in any way that you have the capacity to do so. So thank you.
Thank you, Summer. That was really beautiful, and I had such an amazing experience. And the spiral aspect, I really felt all of you. I know we don't, we join on the ceremony and see each other on the Water Peace Project page, but like I really felt everyone's presence there, and we were all one with the water, so it was really powerful. And your work is amazing, and I'm really grateful that you shared that with us and joined us to hold this space. And if you guys want to connect with Summer and learn more about her work, you can follow her on Instagram at Sacred Space, or see her website, summerdeaver.com, and we'll put a link there for you guys. And on behalf of our research team, sincere love and gratitude to all of you participating in this, because the more that we connect in this way, like Summer was saying, and the more we have more information and more scientific data, we're really transcending humanity. We're taking back our personal power, and we're actually putting it to the best use if possible, which is to live in harmony and create global peace for everyone. So again, if you, wherever you're joining from around the world, please leave a comment from where you participated from. We're documenting all this and in our scientific research. And we're going to have a live Q&A discussion on November 28th. And that'll kind of talk about all the experiments that we've had so far. This is our 4th, and this is a series of 12. And I'll be joined with our scientific advisors, Jeremy Pfeiffer, Anton, Fedorenko. And, it is possible for us to, our consciousness basically, to come together through the power of water to build a new society. And again, when we learn about water, we learn about ourselves. And when we heal ourselves and our waters, we're basically affecting everything. So again, please join us next month on December 11th. We're going to have, again, another water ceremony and collective consciousness experiment. And we need all of you there to join us. And again, you can do this from wherever you are on Earth every day. So please remind yourself that we're full of love and gratitude for all your participation and your love for water. Thank you so much. Thank you, Summer.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.